Boy, we've got a lot to cover. Okay, season 25, episode 2, Ballon d'Or winner Klaus Ebersbach for the third time in a row. But weirdly enough, we go to the German national team senior squad. He's just jumped in, but he's only played 32 games for the national team. He's 25. Why is that? They play a 4-3-3 with no wingers. Now, I'm sorry. If you have the world's best player, and it's quite clear that he's the world's best player, he's averaging a rating of 8.3 fucking 7, for goodness sake. You make sure that he is in your team. You make sure. How could you not? I'm stunned. And you know what? I'm a bit heartbroken for him. How on earth is the Ballon d'Or winner not an absolute certainty to play for Germany? It's like going to a World Cup and seeing Messi not play for Argentina or Ronaldo not play for Portugal. Are you joking me? I could rant about this for ages, but there's so much more to talk about. Let's go to the schedule. Undefeated so far this season, wicked. Inter Milan in the Champions League first knockout round. Champions League so far, interesting results, throwing interesting results up all the time. If Atletico Madrid somehow overturn the 2-0 deficit that they've got with Man City, that's every single team that I kind of expected, apart from Liverpool, going out in the first knockout round. If it's Atletico Madrid going through, I properly fancy us. Juventus went through, of course, because Salzburg are not going to pose them much threat, but they're not going to win it. They've not got that luck again. No chance. All right. To the transfers. That should have had like a Batman theme tune going on. To the transfers. Let's sort by date. Thank you very much. And yep, we've got big names in and out. Shake it all about. Money flying all over the place. So how about that? Okay, where do we start? From the bottom of the sales, Jorge Augusto goes to Gremio for £10 million. Andrea Di Chiara, very fantastic goalkeeper, he goes to Sampdoria, £22.5 million. La Rosa dropped with that potential, and he has been sold as a result. £12.5 million. Nicolas Arrabbiati, who I really thought was going to amount to a lot in that under 18s, but didn't turn out to be. He's a £10 million sale. Juan Santos, he's out to Charleroi for £15 million. And Method Plodge was sold for, what, £50 million? £50 million pounds. I just decided after him getting his third major injury, you've got to have a look at this. This is absolutely horrific stuff. And he's had 2 injuries since joining Real Madrid. You can see from the 8th of May 2043, he didn't really suffer any major injuries at all. Yeah, slight issues here and there. And then for Rupel Boom from 30th and 9th 2043 to the end of 2044, he had 3 major injuries. He lost all kinds of match sharpness. He was so out of it. He went from potentially the best centre-back in the world to our 4th choice. And at 24 years old, it was time to stop ratioing the world with Plodge and move on. Guy Guerin is now 4.5 star. There's a potential there. I think it's been revised recently. Let's find it. It's revised recently that he's gonna reach 5 stars. The man from our youth academy is going to reach 5 stars and eclipse Isella. Insane, absolutely insane. He's only 23 years old, which is so wicked. It's absolutely amazing to see one of our own products get to that stage. So that's the route that we're taking. Abogo went for 51 million, which is actually underneath what we signed him for at 58 million, but we got 40% of his next sale to come. Reason for that is that personally, when we can find him, I've always thought that Chaib was a bit better and a bit more versatile, and also Enzo Kwesi was just dropping fantastic training rating. His non-competitive average rating is 8.38, growing rapidly. Perfect time for him to move into the backup left back spot and do even more developing now with the first team. And I mean, at 18 years old, he's already looking like a pretty capable fullback, playing fullback. But I can't wait to see what he becomes when he reaches near his peak. It's going to be awesome. He's a driven personality as well. Could play either foot. I'm looking forward to that. That could be a big player right there. So there's your options at left back. Getting a little bit short of the money that we wanted for someone like Abogo right now, but I'm sure if Chelsea sell him on, we get some decent profit there. Fingers crossed Chelsea sell him on. Little bit of a risk. He's 22 years old. There's surely another transfer in him. Bonfante is out on loan. Okay. Is Bonfante still maximum potential? Let's just give it a check. I'm looking in the wrong place. He's 4.5 stars. Okay. Robert Whelan's gone to Everton after dropping to 4-star potential. Losing a lot of money on that, but it's risk that you got to take. And Cafando is out on loan. That's your final bit of business outgoing. I'm just seeing his physicals have really shot up as he's been on loan. That's wicked. Talking about loans, we've had to bring back two of our really amazing players. Luca Giacomo, who was on loan at Barcelona, not getting enough game time. In you come again. Rather him play for my under-21s with the right coaching. I'd rather do that instead of him being on the bench at Barcelona. And Slaven Zorica, I think he was out on loan to Juventus. He didn't play. He didn't play a single bloody game. So that was very annoying, especially because since he's come back, the perfectionist striker has grown. And he looks like a rapid grower. This guy could potentially be knocking on the door in the first team, maybe at the end of next season. Maybe. Gabbiadini's running out of contract by the end of next season. And yeah, there's a question there because it's not only Zorica that could potentially become our next big thing up front, but we got Giacomo and we've also got Adolfo Chavez. Yes, we got a forward called Chavez, all right, who's doing cracking work at Porto. Big shout out to Porto, have been just unbelievable through the save for us, developing him and developing Wu Zhao Chen at 4.5 stars now. Wicked. So there is that. Sorry, it seemed to have some leakage in my nose. No, that is not what you want whilst you're recording. Back to your transfers. Transfer history. So, did we even go through these? Casanova comes in from PSG at £1.1 million. And this is a 4.5 star player. And for that kind of money, I mean, it's a win. The beautifully named Alp Tekin Sak was scouted at maximum potential, and it's a shocker. It's an absolute shocker. We're going to get more of these shockers as time goes by, or the increase of talent level at Rupel Boom, if it can get any higher than this, it will increase the amount of absolute shockers that we have signing up. Good thing is, it was only £15 million. That's why I'm trying my very best to get these players out and trialing with the club before we commit a certain amount of money to them. Even then, like we'll see with the next one, they don't turn out to be maximum potential sometimes. So Bellico, we had trialing about this time last year. Signed him up, wait until he was 18, and he still didn't make it. Boca, yeah, same thing. Just however, this is another one. I did say last episode that the Swiss talent really hasn't come through. Now, this lad I don't think is Swiss. He's Kosovan. But we did have him on trial. He was maximum potential. He's looking very good. 5'11". We'll see if he grows into 6 foot. That'll determine if he turns centre back or left back. The amazingly named Nana JM. He is maximum potential PSV winger. But we only got him for 1.2 million because he was on a youth contract. We got approached to sign him, so we did the decent thing and talked PSV Eindhoven into a deal of some sort. That deal turned into 1.2 million. Bernhard Schulz was the most risk-taking that we'd had. He did not come on trial, but I decided to go for this because A, I had the money, and B, I haven't seen that many things from Bayern Munich. And with the wheel that we'd seen from a 17-year-old, it looked alright. Gone for it, maximum potential. Can't really ask for much more than that. Hopefully he stays in it for a long time. Omrani is the big one for me. Marseille wanted a stupid amount of money. A stupid amount of money. 100 plus million at the start of January. But we finally agreed on 55 million. And yeah, I think I could play him right now, the 16-year-old. He's going to be wicked. Absolutely insane for us. I cannot wait to get him into the first team because he is absolutely going to make it into the first team. Elton Duarte is your final guy. A trialist that comes in 5 stars and drops to 4. Can't even get some of these right, even when they're at the club, looked at by the coaches that are going to coach them. You just can't get it right all the time. Whether that means that we need more coaches to assess, I don't know, man. But I think it's just the way of life. In this moment, we're so high up in the food chain. We need to take bites out of things, and sometimes the bites just are not there. But then you get a big chunk, and it's profitable. You can feast on it, essentially. Hopefully you like the metaphor. Yeah, cool. So that is what's happened transfer wise. Wicked. Inwards, this is just an insane amount of money, and now is our big spending year of 781 million. Total out 607 million pounds. Wowzers. Let's not take anything for granted here. Inter Milan are still a very good side. We did a job on them away from home, and we just need to see it out here. I like the fact that Izella is really reinstated into the first team. I don't think he should have ever been dropped. We have Guerin suspended. That's fine. So the reason why we got purchased such a really good replacement like Imran El Fazi. Let's go. Let's finish this. Let's get into the next round. where we hopefully miss out Manchester City. Hopefully someone else can knock out Manchester City along the way. But if it is Manchester City, this is the positive thing. If it is Manchester City and we can get through them in the quarters, it's ours to lose. It really is ours to lose. I can't see Juventus doing anything against us. Sorry. They have Frogner. I'm sure we'll see some old faces. Frogner being the one, he's going to have to mark Ebbers back through this. Jesus Christ. You can't get any better than Ebbers back at the moment. And he's scoring 40 goals from the wing. That's just silly. They're silly numbers. Kayer's going for it. Ebbers back. I mean, Frogner's struggling already. Unlucky lads. Yeah, I was receiving a lot of interest for Gabbiadini through the winter, and looking at what was happening, what was developing with the other strikers, especially the ones in the under-21s, I was like, right, okay, we do need to make space, and Gabbiadini isn't naturally a forward. Yes, he might have that really light green circle. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. That's his 35th goal of the season. Absolutely insane, lad. I do hope he stays fit, by the way. We really want to see Ebbers back in the final. But Gabbiadini's not completely there. Perfectly fine as a striker. We trained him up to be there. But he's not completely fit like a Granelli. Or like, Zhao Chen. Who literally, like, their natural thing, their first position was forward. So they've been way easier to kind of train up. And he's 25 now, World Cup winner. Definitely, the money's definitely there if we get, like, if we twist the arms of the big teams. Definitely need to make some kind of big sales in the summer, because balance is dropping like a lead stone. Is that the right phrase? It's dropping fast, and I think that might be it. Gabbiadini out of here. It would just make sense. I try and move on players that have emerging talents in the under-21s that are ready to take their place. That's why we see a lot of change from the centre mids, for instance, because we have so many decent centre mids coming in. The only reason when that is not the case, or the only times when that is not the case, is when there's just an extraordinary deal on the table. The likes of Gonçalves, who I didn't really want to sell, but for 150 million, yes, you've got to. Verhoek, I mean, he didn't like big matches, but for 175 million pounds or 170, you've got to sell him. Anyway, transfers came in just under what I wanted. I wanted it would be 9 digits. I wanted 9 digits, 100 million plus for Gabbiadini. Rejected it, and I forgot that I'd promised him a particular transfer fee he would be going, and now he really doesn't like me. Getting a bit narky. Doesn't like it right now. Hopefully we're going to try and solve that situation, and if we can't, then I don't know. I don't know what happens if we can't. I don't want to get rid of him on the cheap, and yet I don't want to see his contract expire and us not get anything for making him the striker that he is, because after all, when we sign him up, okay, that's not what we want to see. After all, when we got him from Porto, wasn't it? He wasn't even a striker, he was an attacking midfielder, and we've done a lot to get him into a position of such great power. And of course, with our guidance, he became a World Cup winner, World Cup goal scoring, wins the trophy for Argentina kind of player. We want to be compensated, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe if there's a considerable offer on the table at the start of the summer transfer window, then we go, yes, that's absolutely fine. Let's do it. Probably with the year left, probably like £80 million. I'll reason with them a little bit. Say about £80 million. Because the players that are coming up are just ready. And I think we've seen the max of Gabbiadini. If he can give a little bit more, maybe becomes a proper natural striker. But we've still got to work on that with whatever resources he's still got left in the tank. Unlucky Granelli. It's probably the right fit for a sale. But it probably won't be the only one that we go for. Okay, let's go Gabbiadini. Let's go. Gabbiadini's coming on for Zhao Chen. One thing's for sure, Gabbiadini's the best penalty taker in this side. Yes! Oh, wow. That releases some kind of tension. Inter Milan, we're doing all right there. Or from what I feel, I didn't even look at the statistics because I was so deep into my Gabbiadini story. Double the amount of shots for Rupel Boom, so we definitely deserve the 2-1 lead at the moment. We will go... I had to play Sabria recently. No, that is incorrect. He wanted to be sold, but we've moved away from the January transfer window and we got a new contract out of him. So that is not the case. Isella wanted to play games. We got that sorted for him. He's now fully solidified in the first team. And there was also Quadras. So he comes in. Actually improves that midfield a little bit. Although, got to be said, for a free transfer, what a signing Benjamin Sturm's been. What a signing. I can't see him improving that much. I think this is his ceiling. But even so, if we can sell him for about £50 million, that's a no-brainer. That is an absolute no-brainer. Okay, Rennie's available. The wingers are tired. I would like to play him on the left, but of course he just doesn't know how to do it. Maybe we wait for that. Just risk it a little bit. With the tired, experienced wingers on show. Actually, we'll go for Ebersbach. We'll swap him for Ebersbach because Ebersbach has had 2 slight injuries recently. I don't want them to flare up anymore. We've got to have him through an entire Champions League run. Like, Yael Doubts was almost there for every single Champions League. Go on, Rennie. Injuries still haven't been kind, but in comparison to last year, they're definitely less intrusive. There you go. They're the words. Apart from Plodge has just been completely hampered by it. Great defending. Superb. Who was that? Was that El Fazi back there? Minorato could have been there. Minorato is... My chair decided to talk. Minorato is currently on a 7.6. My man's having a storming game. Right, that is an absolutely shocking place to give it away, haven't I? What? Okay, they really needed to score that Inter Milan. They need 2 goals in 6 minutes, 5 minutes. Don't need to close anyone down. Praise the guys. It's a tough one. This was a really horrible draw for the first round. But unlike many of the favourites, we've been able to just control it, move away. I tell you what, shout out to, who is it? Club Bruges beat, I don't know who it was. I should have checked. One of the bigger European teams. They're into the quarterfinals, so we could actually draw them again, to be honest. Big shout outs to them. They're turning into an alright side again. Kind of worried, kind of not. I don't know. They've got a lot of ground to make up to get close. I don't know. You don't need to be the perfect side to win a league season. You just have to have a lot of luck. And I get the feeling that Club Brugge are closer than what I deem comfortable. My God, City are out as well. How did Walsh turn out? He's dropping in speed. Yeah, 32. Wow. Wow. So, Juventus are the only ones that really... That's absolutely insane. Well, taking this draw, I just want to, reel off the teams beforehand. Because I did not expect this. Atletico Madrid, Bruges, Liverpool, Barcelona, Juventus, Lyon, Villarreal. If I said that this was 2045's Europa League quarterfinal stage, you might actually believe it. These, I don't think, are the top 8 teams in the world. In Europe. I don't think they're even close. They're nowhere close. Unless these teams have absolutely stepped up their recruitment game over the last 5 years. I don't know, man. I'll take any of them. Rupel Boom first. Here we go again. I'm ready for them. We wait all this time for a Belgian knockout round game and 2 come along at once. It's Rupel Boom against Club Brugge. The rematch. And you can see that Kenny Renard is the player of serious interest. If we can sign him up at any point. He's actually increased in potential. He's been under the radar, flying under the radar as a 4.5-star potential for a long time. But old players like Neto still making a trade at Bruges. Then we got Rangel recently sold. Matombo's dropped significantly. Wow, some of the scouting reports are absolutely broken. There was one scouting report that was saying Matombo was 5-star. That's how much of a minefield it is. Constant Hermans is an amazing name. But most of these are 3-star abilities we should be able to just breeze past. We do not have any lone players out there. Last season, of course, we were able to pull Rangel. He's going to be a problem. He's going to be a threat. Go our centre-backs. At least, if you're talking about aerial threat, Izelu should be able to, hopefully, sort that out. Wicked. View draw. Let's do the automatic draw in the semi-finals. It won't take long. Oh, I will take that. Atletico Madrid will have an amazing academy. Oh, there's Juan. Gee, he's still good at 30, isn't he? Oh, mate, if only we were able to get him. Oh, it would have been excellent for us for a long, long time. And the hot prospect is Juan Zhou. Oh, that's so cute. So they have Juan and Juan Zhou. That's incredible. You got to take him seriously. Winning 4-0 at home against City. Yeah. Let's have a look. Takac is there. Okay. You know what? I'm going to get a full-on list, little scout report on these guys to really just sum up the talent levels. Let's check by the average rating. Juan is top. Walsh, even though he's a little bit slower than what he was with Liverpool, he's still a monster. Yusuf Traore. honestly, like, yes, they've got some good players, but we've got more. So we've got more than any of these teams. It has to be. It has to be. Especially with us losing the last years. We kind of gave it away selling Yettle doubts. Let's be real here. But with us losing the last years, this has got to be it. This has got to be our Champions League. No ifs, no buts. People are coming of age. Let's win it. All right? See ya next episode.